This is Theorem VertHack. This is the Instagram page that we house all of our exercises and all of our workouts for the Theorem VertHack jump program. It's what you would see if you could access it, but it's a private page. So we're going to give you a sneak peek so you get a sense for what you're getting when you buy the Theorem VertHack jump program. This is the desktop version. So it looks this way, but on your phone, if you're a familiar Instagram user, you'd see it in regular formatting for the Instagram app on whatever your smart device is. As we scroll down, the first thing we see is our 15-move warm-up and our 8-move cooldown. These are done as Instagram TV videos so that you can watch each component in its entirety. We go down a little further and we get to week 1. Each week has 7 days that are programmed for it, and there are 6 weeks in total. If I'm trying to find day 1, for instance, on week 1, I would look for day 1, and then the tile that immediately follows it is the video demonstration for that day. So we can scroll down a little further, and day 2 is right behind its tile. And in an example where the tile is on a row above, day 3 just follows suit, sort of in a left to right format. So day 3 would just be down here, and that's where you would find it. Let's take a look at what the actual video demonstrations look like. We'll go to week 2, day 4, which is a stair workout for us. So I would find week 2, just as I had gone past it, that's week 2. And then I'd go and look for day 4. And if I were to click day 4, what would happen is it would bring me just to that slide. On the Instagram app, it gives you sort of a scrolling feed, and you could scroll down a little further, and then that would bring you to essentially this post, which is the actual video demonstration for week 2, day 4. And it even lets you know right here that you're on the right day by telling you you're on week 2, day 4. For many of the exercise demonstrations, we have a full video of all the exercises as the lead slide. So if you were to click that, it would go through all the exercises one after another, and it would give you a numerical indicator as to what that exercise is, and that number corresponds to the actual program. We're going to jump ahead so you can see that we also have them broken into individual slides for each exercise. So in this workout, there are 5 different exercises, and there's going to be 5 different slides. We'll go back to the very first one and just play that for you so you can see how that would look. On the desktop, obviously the formatting looks a little bit different than what you get on the app, but you basically get a full run through. What's nice about this is you can get a quick sense for what all the exercises will look like. And another nice feature though is if you're actually in the workout and you have a decent data plan or access to Wi-Fi, you don't necessarily have to watch the whole video. I can just go directly to exercise number 2, for instance, and I can watch that exercise over and over again. On the app, it allows you to loop the video. And on the desktop, you can watch it as many times as you'd like as well. So this is exercise 2, and we'll revisit this when we actually look at the program so that you can see how this number corresponds to the program itself, and how that's very helpful in understanding A, how to do the exercise, but then B, how many sets and reps you need to do the exercise for. So we're just going to click out of that. As we continue our sneak peek, you can keep scrolling down, and it brings us into week 3, and then eventually week 4, all the way down to week 6. This program is broken into 3 phases. The first phase is a conditioning, ground contacts, and muscle prep phase. So it's a phase that allows us to kind of get used to the idea of jumping. The next phase is more of that strength building phase, and in fact, it's called our strength and power phase. That's for weeks 3 and 4, and our final phase is a power and performance phase, and this is where we really begin to take that strength that we've built in the first 4 weeks and turn it into something explosive. So weeks 5 and 6 belong to our third phase. Let's take a little bit of a look at the program now and see how the formatting of that looks so that we can better understand how the program and the Instagram page, work hand in hand together. So this is just the print view for what the program would look like if you were to have it. We could have used a PDF displayed, but we wanted to have quick and easy access to all of the different components to the program so that you could see them really well. The very first page of your program is going to have the 15 move warm up and the 8 move cooldown. And it's formatted so that it's super convenient and easy to understand. We have all of the numbers on the far left side. Those numbers correspond to the video. Then there's the exercise names. That'll help you just to remember what the exercise is. Then we have our sets, our reps, and in most cases, we'll have our rest time. During the warm-up and the cool-down, there's no rest time prescribed because we're just moving sort of in a flow to get through both of those components. We'll take a look at phase 2 just so you have a sense for what the overall program looks like. When you get your program and you start working through the weeks are set up as such. So you have week 3, which is shown like this. This whole left side is week 3. So there's 7 different program days, and they have a program day description. Then you have your exercises, the sets, the reps, and the rest time. And then numbers on the far left side correspond to the videos that are on the Instagram page. So if I was looking for week 3, day 1, I would go and I'd find that on the Instagram page, and then I could figure out what the exercises were by lining them up with the slides that have the corresponding numbers. This is a view of that week 2, day 4 stair workout that we were just looking at on Instagram. This part of the program tells you what the names of the exercises are, and these are the numbers that correspond to those exercises. Just after that, we see our sets or our rounds. In this case, it's sets. And then we have our reps, and then we have our rest period. So if we're looking at that exercise that we were talking about when we were viewing the Instagram page, that one was exercise number 2. Number 2 is 2-foot stair hops up and death drop down. That's going to be done for 2 sets for a full flight each set with 120 seconds rest between sets, and also 120 seconds rest after the exercise is done. So I would do my first set of a full flight of this exercise, and then I would take my 2 minutes rest, 120 seconds. I'd do my second set, and then I'd take 2 minutes rest, and then I'd move on to exercise 3. What's nice is that the rest time is long enough that I have time to kind of see what I need to do next. But it's also scientifically developed that way so that we have the best possible recovery time to get the most out of this program. So just one last look here. We have our warm-up, the program itself, and what each program day looks like, using our example of week 2, day 4.